Hey guys. How are y'all doing today? Oh, Silent Cobra, thank you for following. And welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, no problem. I apologize for the slight delay there, cause yeah, I had to pick up someone from the airport and traffic was a little bad on the way back, so. Yeah, so here's gonna be the rules on how we're gonna be optimizing, quote unquote. We can only use the cards from each deck, no boosters, but we can put as many of them in as we want. So the best version, right, of the deck that came in the box. So, you know, if there was only one boss monster and multiple could work, then we'll be doing that. I'm gonna try and obey. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed those videos, Cobra. I'm gonna obey the ban lists that were out when the structure deck came out. So, Pot of Greed is, if it's in the deck, it can stay. You know, it's not going to make things necessarily perfectly balanced, especially when we get to those splits where the ban list changed pretty hard. But okay, so let me show you what I have been messing with here, and let me make sure this doesn't pull up the wrong game. There we go. Okay, cool. Alright, so I've been working on switching a few things around. With the Warriors deck, Marauding Captain was semi-limited when this one came out, so I have kept him at 2. You know, Rhoda is luckily at 2 in the deck, so if it came like that, that is going to be its limit. I switched out a few equips, so Warrior has kind of more punch to it. I'm waffling on if I keep Guilford the Legend in. I almost feel like just dropping him for another Swift Gaia would be better. Just due to the fact that, you know, he has a special summon restriction and he's a brick in the hand, whereas Swift Gaia, if you don't have anything in your hand, he can toss him out. So I might do that. But, like, otherwise, like, for the most part, I say the Warrior structure deck's pretty good. Could probably take out a reload, too. Yeah, you know, I think we're gonna ditch a Guilford, even though that kind of hurts, and we're gonna swap him with another Swift Gaia. I just think that would work better for the deck, because, like, Guilford early is no bueno. Yeah, you can Command Knight. This version of the deck will be able to Command Knight lock and Marauding lock. So. So I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what I did with the others. So Red Eyes I might change a little bit. I took out all the levels and I instead just doubled down on the whole Red Eyes thing. I also gave them a few more Reckless Greeds, since you can stack them on top of each other and, you know, you only lose the next 2 draw phases no matter what. So when I did run tests with the AI, the first test I ran, they did manage to summon Darkness Dragon. So I don't know. I think it'll do a little better. A few other things I swapped out was just we got some more Element Dragon in without the Arm Dragon, because one of the best combos this deck has that the AI does not use is using the Interdimensional Matter Transporters to save the Arm Dragon level 3s so they can just level up automatically. The AI is not smart enough to do that. They will prefer to let Arm Dragon die and chip damage off. So instead of working with that, I just decided to double down on the Red Eyes thing, and I did see a Red Eyes Darkness Dragon, so we'll see how it performs. Zombies, I did not change much. I took out Vampire Genesis and I just put it in another Despair from the Dark. I don't think Vampire Genesis is really all that worth it just due to the summoning restrictions. But Despair from the Dark, I mean, we saw in the video, he was out all the time. So I think taking out one slightly less playable brick and putting in a far more playable brick is only going to make zombies a little dumber. Otherwise, like, there really wasn't a whole lot to change with the deck. It already functions pretty well. And there wasn't anything else in the deck I could think of that, you know, it wasn't already running. So Blaze of Destruction. I took out Foxfire. I took out some of the lowers to get a little more Blazing Impachi so it can defend itself a little more. We have our 3rd Solar Flare Dragon, and we have some other Raging Flame sprites. So if... and I also gave us a 2nd Dark Room of Nightmare. So if they can get a level limit out there and get their Raging Flame sprites out, they could become quite the problem to deal with, if not dealt with fast enough. Fury was another one I really didn't have to change a whole lot from. I did add more submarines in, Bugrath Mark III, just because it carried pretty hard for Fury from the Deep last time. So I feel giving them more direct attacks could honestly make them just a slightly better version of Toon World. And then we gave them a little more defense against spells, another Hammer Shot to help deal with other monsters, and another Leviathan Dragon Daedalus. So the remaining ones we gotta load up. Alright, we gotta optimize spellcasters here. I just want to throw Dark Eradicator out. Like, I feel it's a little disrespectful to do it. We didn't see one of him at all when we did a run through last time. So I'm honestly thinking of just ditching him from the deck, but I don't know. At the same time, I kind of want to keep the boss monsters in. You should be able to watch this after the stream ends. This is my first time streaming to YouTube as well, so I'm not 100% certain, but honestly, I think just another Dark Magician would be better than Dark Eradicator. Because Dark Magician can get hit with Magical Dimension. Yeah, I'm streaming to both right now. Oh, damn. Is it that loud? I'm actually munching on some Papa. I had to I had to try and get food. Because like I said, traffic was really bad, so I had to snag some lunch before coming in here. I will make sure to mute myself. I'm sorry. I'm on both at the moment. I wanted to kind of see how streaming to both went. Yeah. Circle being X, yeah. Oh, thank you, Finton. I'm glad you've been enjoying them. Oh yeah, who's your friend who recommended? Hey Slash Revolver, thank you for following. Welcome to the stream. Weston, the decks we're using, I'm using the optimized versions of the previous 10. So, I'm gonna try and see if I can't fix up the decks to make it a bit of a closer matchup. Yeah, no, zombies are still gonna be up there no matter what. There are a few things I think that can help out. Yeah, the goal will be to see Machine Rule get a win this time round. Hey there, Job Hunter. Things are still getting started. I'm making the last minute optimization adjustments to the decks before running them through. I unfortunately got delayed a little bit by traffic, so I'm trying to catch up a little here. You know, to reduce shenanigans a little bit, I'm just gonna make this swap for a third. I'm actually gonna think, rather than another shield and sword, I almost just want to also nix Ectoplasmer, but I think what we'll do is this. How much does this deck make great use of offering? Will the AI, this is the question we have to ask. Will the AI you make good use? Yeah, there's definitely going to be 9 gadgets, Weston, and that's honestly a lot better than a good portion of the Ancient Gear monsters they put in Machine Revolt. We'll leave one ordeal. And I think, honestly, I think the deck will just be better off if we drop 1 shield and sword for a hammer shot. Just to help it deal. I don't know if Canyon is even worth it to keep. In fact, you know what I think I'm gonna do? Is I'm gonna drop the Canyon for another Reckless, because you can stack the 2 of them on top of each other, and you get to dodge the drawback if you stack them in the same turn. So now the question is, okay, I think Sandmoth is extremely unlikely to be destroyed while in face down defense position, so I'm gonna get rid of Sandmoth and instead just get another Interceptor Cannon. That guy's fine. I don't know how the AI prioritizes this, so I'm actually gonna ditch for... I almost feel like it would be better just to go another Gigantes, but... I think what we'll do instead is we'll just get a little more toxic and add another Golem Sentry for more bouncing. Does Guardian Statue do the same thing, just worse? Yeah, it is just worse. Okay, yeah, so we're, you know what? We'll get rid of a Guardian. And just get a 3rd Golem. For the same deal, just better defense. Harder to punch over. Okay. Let's go. Alright, Lord of the Storm. We actually have the option to change around, I think, to be a lot better. So I actually think Sonic Shooter should actually just get removed. And I think Slate Warriors should take over, just due to the fact that they're gonna punch for a decent amount. The problem is, like, they won't get anything from the field spell, but, like, they're effective. Even just, like, being able to drain 500 has some good utility. I can tell you one change we're doing immediately is we are immediately ditching all the other Harpy, and we are only going Harpy Lady 1. Yeah, Butters, it'll be like we got 3 of each structure. So that's the restriction. We won't change anything, like if they have like a card that would be banned, they'll get to keep it. So like Pot of Greed will stick around and whatnot. Okay, you want a quick explanation of what the deal with Harpy Lady 2 is? Okay, sure. Harpy Lady 2. Oh, this is sorry, hold on. Let's narrow our search a little bit. Alright, so Harpy Lady 2, right? Harpy Lady 3 is already not great, but it still has more utility, right? Harpy Lady 2, or 3, no monster that attacks it can battle for the next 2 turns, which is like kind of whatever. There's a good chance it'll get tributed. Who cares, right? But it still has its use. Harpy Lady 2 negates the effect of flip effect monsters that this card destroys. And one flip effect monsters just aren't that common at all. They aren't, and you're probably not going to be punching a face down with Harpy Lady 2 if you can't help it, right? You're going to want to be punching with something that has more attack points. So if you are trying to punch over someone, you're not going to throw Harpy Lady 2 at it. So that's why I feel Harpy Lady 2 is just kind of like on the bad end. Yeah, it'll be limited to whatever amount is in the deck. So, for example, Light Maiden, Warrior's Triumph has 2 Rhodas, or Reinforcement of the Army. I am going to let it keep that, because that was something that was in the deck. So Flying Kamakiri we can definitely get a 3rd of. That I think will be good. Birdface I'm a little iffy on grabbing. We're definitely ditching Lady Ninja and also Rock. I think we should actually just have a Swift Bird Manjo replace Rock, because it's, in my opinion, infinitely more useful. We are definitely ditching Ecstasy Spark. Aqua Chorus. We'll think about it. That one probably should go, but we're getting enough copies of other monsters that Aqua Chorus might actually come in clutch for these guys. So we want to get rid of that. Now we definitely want Icarus attacks, because they are really good if bad shit's gonna happen. Dark Coffin, we can let stay for now. Who else doesn't really... Okay, Harpy Girl doesn't really earn her keep, so we're gonna kick her out. I feel Sonic Shooter also really isn't gonna put in enough work. Oh, nice. Yeah, I know who that is. Okay, I'm waffling on if Baby Dragon sits around. We're at 3. 18 monsters. You know, I think another Sylphid might not be bad. Just for that extra potential for a tribute summon and whatnot, so we'll go with that. Dinosaur's Rage. This one has a few I know off the top of my head. Like one, I'm sorry, my guy. You gotta go another Sabersaurus instead. We definitely need to get the third Hydrogeddon in here for the swarm potential. Black Terror can just go. You can go. I think honestly a third Hyper Hammerhead will be better for keeping the enemy field on the emptier side. We should get a second evolution pill in here. And we definitely need another Jurassic World, so let's get Sibek's Blessing out. Yeah, that can go. I play Blue Eyes White Dragon decks. I also like hero decks like Evil Heroes I won a locals with. No Oxygeddons for Water Dragon. So the restriction, Cobra, is that if it wasn't in the structure deck in the first place, I can't add it in. So I have to look at what copies they have of like what cards and say like, okay, well, We can throw these other cards out, but if we had bought 3 of these, right? Okay, Volcanic Eruption is going to be more useful just due to the fact that we're going to be running more Jurassic World, so I'm okay with actually keeping that in the deck. I don't care for Seismic Shockwave that much. Let's get a 3rd Jurassic World in there. Goblin out of the Frying Pan is really bad. We're gonna get rid of it. Malfunction at least has potential to work okay, but Goblin out of the Frying Pan is just giga bad. I definitely prefer the like older, the slower paced like Yu-Gi-Oh days. I do like how some of the decks have evolved. Like, it is cool, like, having Blue Eyes White Dragon, for example, being, like, so reliable to actually play, whereas, like, you know, if you old school ran a Blue Eyes deck, there's a good chance you don't summon Blue Eyes, just due to how slower the game was. You can stay. I think we ditch Magic Arm Shield for just another negate attack. I think that'll just generally be better. I'm gonna actually do... I'm gonna ditch 1 Mallet for a 2nd Ryoku, just so they have more opportunity to punch over. Oh yeah, no, like, summoning Blue Eyes White Dragon these days is a total joke. Which is good, like, as someone that really likes the card. You know, screw it. We're gonna say, forget the and we're gonna go 3 evolution pills. As far as the bigger monsters... Late Synchro, early Ixies was not a bad time. What really turned me off to the game originally was Pendulums. They were just a little much when they came out. I'm gonna turn down the gain just a little bit because I see I'm clipping into the red a few times. You know what, we're gonna make Dinos go full ham. I'm gonna give him a 3rd Gilsaurus. Okay, here's where we really gotta do some tuning up. Yeah, that was... Remco, that was so weird that just like they released a Red Eye specific card and it just never counted for any Red Eye support. I always found that so weird. Okay, so first things first, we are going to take out all these ancient gears. That goes, the cannons go, goodbye. That's gonna give us space for those gadgets. Cannon Soldier really doesn't help the strat of the deck, so we're gonna kick Cannon Soldier out. Boot up Dread Dynamo, we're gonna get rid of. Chimera, I feel, has a decent spot in the deck. I don't know about Beast. I think Beast should actually honestly get kicked out. It doesn't negate the effects of destroyed monsters, so it actually could help stop searchers. Maybe it's Chimera I should kick out. Engineer has his place and can be giant ratted. Oh wait, this deck doesn't come with Giant Rat, does it? Oh, that's sad actually. Oh my god, why did they make the deck this way? Alright. Okay. Okay, that's gonna make it a little more challenging. Okay, if we can't rely on the rat being around, I think our best bet is to try and bolster our low-level game. So I'm gonna add in Mechanical Chasers. Or actually, I'm gonna ditch one of the regular... I'm gonna ditch one of the regular soldiers. Do have room to throw in the last 3 of the gadgets. And then... I think we should honestly ditch Engineer since we can't rat him onto the field. I'll give us one more Mechanical Chaser. Okay. So the other thing we need the other problem we need to solve is just that our monsters are gonna have some trouble. So Ancient Gears, we only really have equips for the big guys. So I'm gonna get rid of Ancient Gear Explosive. We'll get another castle. We're gonna get rid of the factory, or the thing. Now we can, I think, get ourselves another enemy controller. I don't think enemy controller was limited back then. Oh yeah, we are running 3 gadgets, Z. So yeah, Giant Rat does do that, Jose, but the problem is they're not in the structure deck in the first place, and so by the restrictions I have placed on this, I cannot add them. We're going under the assumption we bought 3 of these structure decks and nothing else, so no boosters, anything like that. So we are trying to make them the best versions of the deck. Machine duplication is not going to be useful for us at all. Micro... Okay. Covering fire, rollout. You know, honestly, we should just add in a third Sakuretsu to help keep them strong, too. We'll add in more enemy controllers, because we really need to keep our team around for the bigger monsters. Like, we absolutely have no choice. Alright, now here's a question. When Machine Revolt came out, what was the restriction on limiter removal? I think it was limited back then? Wait, was limiter removal unlimited? Am I, like, mixing it up? The AI does play like mashed potatoes, but I kind of have an understanding about how it plays with these cards, so the goal is going to be to try and make this as friendly for the AI as possible. Alright, well, let's just do a quick little research here. Machine Revolt. It's April 2008. Okay, so we need a 2008 ban list. Okay, limiter removal is limited. Okay, so we can't add any more. We can't add any more limiter removals. Okay. Man, okay, this is gonna be challenging. Can't add any extra limiter removals. Heavy Storm is still allowed. Castle. Fist is not gonna be that useful for us, so we should ditch it. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna ditch... We're gonna ditch Fist. And we're gonna ditch Factory, even. We're gonna try and make this, like, we have to make this deck as playable as possible. So we're actually gonna add in the rare metal morphs, because they'll work on all our machines. Was Mystical... I thought Mystical was limited at this stage. Mystical Space Typhoon, yeah, is also limited, so we can't add another MST. Microwave Ray is just silly. In fact, let's just ditch it right now and not even think about it. So I think this is what we're gonna do. Instead, we're just gonna add another trap monster. We're gonna add another stronghold. I don't expect it to ever get to 3,000 attack with the gadgets, even though we are running 3. But I think this is I think this is the best shot at making this deck playable. And I don't think we have any summon from the graveyards, do we? Do we have even, like... No, we don't. We don't have Call of the Haunted. So... So there's, like, almost no point. I was thinking of switching out Gajiltron Dragon or Gear Golem for one or the other, depending on if we had a summon from the graveyard, but we don't. I think I should ditch a Chimera for either Golem or Dragon. they're both practically going to be the same thing since we can't summon from the graveyard, right? The special summoning restriction really doesn't matter in this case for this challenge. So okay, so this is what we're going to do. I'm going to add, after taking out Chimera, we're going to remove Chimera. We're going to add another Golem. Because we won't have to worry about tributing a gadget to get the piercing. Alright. We're gonna work with this. I think this is the best we can do. Or at least, you know, one of. I'll probably wind up asking when I make the addendum video, like, you know, how would you have done it? Of course, there's a lot of easy ways if we're using boosters to make these better, but the goal here is you went to your local card store and you bought 3 of these because you wanted to run them. Okay. I'm gonna finish up eating. Why don't you guys throw me some requests for a couple of warm-up duels? It can be any character in the game, or I'll just like hit random or whatever. Whatever the first match I see recommended, I'll throw in. And then we'll get to the tournament like right after, unless this just ends in 2 seconds. Oh, hey, we got a super chat from Virgil. Thank you, by the way. Glad you enjoy the videos. So currently, the reason I use this simulator, there is Edo Pro that you can do your own custom decks with the AI. The problem and limitation is Edo Pro requires the volunteer programmers to look at a deck and then make programming for said deck. If it does not have anything programmed into it, then it has to use the generic all-purpose AI. And the generic all-purpose AI in Tag Force is better than the generic all-purpose in Edo Pro. Because Edo Pro will just like, if it can activate an effect, right, it will do it. It will not stop to actually battle. It'll just go, hey, I'm just going to immediately full blast this move. Like, for instance, if it's summoned Cannon Soldier, it would not wait to punch. It would just immediately tribute itself. And that, of course, isn't very helpful. It's not very helpful because it just won't stick around on the field to actually battle. Tag Force's generic all-purpose AI is just a little bit better than Edo Pro's at the moment. Because I did try it out And like I used to do a lot of like YGO Pro Percy stuff, and the AI there, it's the same kind of problem because like it's programmed by like the same people. You need the decks to be specifically programmed to work as well as they possibly can. I've heard that World Championship is really good for the AI. I haven't personally tried it as of yet, but right now like Tag Force Archvies Special goes along pretty far in terms of options and whatnot, and the all-purpose AI works just a little bit better, in my opinion, than the other options that at least I've used. I am going to be constantly like looking into things and whatnot, and like if I guess if like things work out well enough where I can talk to people to maybe like have AIs made, then it'll work out better. But, you know, right now I only have a little bit to work with. One of the best ways to get back into the game, right now Master Duel is pretty popular if you're wanting something more like modern. If you're wanting to play like older school, I would recommend picking up one of the Tag Force games, because like they're you know kind of gated back in the past. So if you want to like get back in with like the style you were familiar with, go with something like Tag Force, like this one, Archvies Special, or one of the earlier Tag Forces. If you're wanting something, if you have friends to get back into the game with you, you can check out like YGO Pro, Project Ignis, because like those let you take any card and put a deck together. Master Duel, you do have to unlock the cards like over time. Alright, Gozaburo Kaiba isn't in here, because I saw he got shouted out. But Weevil is. So I saw Weevil get shouted out, so I'll throw him down. Who is the other? Saw some shout-outs somewhere. Future tournament for... we'll see about... Oh, Shizu versus Weevil. Okay, yeah, sure. The voice AI I use Gamer for Life is 11 Labs on my AI videos. Weevil running that Burden of the Mighty beatdown strat. This Weevil strat is so gross. Like, Ultimate Insect makes it so your opponents lose attack points, and he's got Burden of the Mighty too, so he just doesn't want you punching over his bugs. No, Dragon, the actual tournament has not started just yet. I'm just finishing up my lunch/dinner, and then yeah, we'll be moving on to the actual optimized tournament. Yes, my Linner. Yeah, Kaiba would just be giving Shizu all the shit for probably losing to Weevil like this. Here we go, Battle City rematch right here. For whatever reason, I was muted and I was just like talking to myself, but like Rex Raptor isn't in this game for some reason. I was gonna add him, but Oh, Saturn. Is there an HD? I haven't heard anything of HD texture packs for these. Joey borrowing the summon skull. That bottomless trap hole just destroyed him. Okay. Finally done with my food there, so I can commentate. All right, final exhibition match before we get our tournament up and running. Alexis versus Yugi. Okay. Right before the tournament, I'm gonna just drop the stream for a second. And restart it. I just want to see if I can eliminate the latency from the YouTube stream, because I'm noticing while I'm running both of these streams that YouTube is running at the higher latency. Yeah, Alexis is struggling right now against this 1900 beatdown. Oh, what do we got? There it is. King of games. Okay. Stream's just gonna go dead for a few seconds, but it'll be back shortly. Hopefully it'll kill the latency over on the YouTube version. Be back in like 2 minutes.